Welcome back to Pitt Beyond the Script. The Panthers right now with a 5-4 record. A win gets you bowl eligibility. Do you talk about bowl eligibility? You talked at the beginning of the year about winning the ACC. Do you talk about bowl eligibility? Is that a signpost along the way to where you getting to where you want to get to?
You know, we don't talk about that. You know, at the beginning of the year, everybody's got that goal. I don't think there's a team in the country that doesn't want to win a conference championship. But we've talked about it, you know, back in the summer, back in winter conditioning, you know, back in fall camp. But, you know, since the season started, we really haven't talked about an ACC championship. We've talked about, you know, just winning, you know, that week. And that's kind of where we are still. I mean, you know, we break down every week about, you know, beating Virginia Tech this week. That'll be our breakdown. And, you know, we need to beat Tech, but try not to talk about that stuff. It doesn't matter. It's just really going to, you know, really be a distraction as far as what our, you know, our ultimate goal is to just be 1-0 this week.
It's been such a long climb to get to the top of the Coastal Division. We've talked about this in the past. You can't stop the kids from paying attention to things, but it would seem that this would be a week where you really have to make sure that, look, the job's not done. You've gotten to the top of the Coastal Division. You're there alone, but they also must see that what a win against Virginia Tech can do for them.
Yeah, I think they all know that, so I don't need to mention it. You know, my job as a head coach is to get them ready to play that football game, and I'm not going to fail them. We're going to be prepared. We're going to be ready for that game, and we're going to try to, you know, have a great week of practice to the point where they can't focus on anything but what we're doing. You
said in your weekly press conference your team's going to play angry this week. You still remember what happened last year in Blacksburg, particularly with the 4 chances from the 1. So that should get their attention too, I would think.
Yeah, you know, I'm not one to remember wins. You know, I'll forget this Virginia win. You know, I forgot it already, forgot what happened, how we won it. But, you know, you don't forget the losses, unfortunately. That's a bad thing about this sport of football. I don't forget, you know, the Virginia Tech game down there last year, and I don't forget the one we had the year before here at home when they threw a bunch of fade balls on us. So we'll work the back shoulder fade. We'll work it all. I mean, you know, we don't forget.
They lost Josh Jackson, their outstanding quarterback. They've got a new quarterback, well, more of a thrower, it seems. How do you get ready for him?
Yeah, well, I mean, just like we do any week. I mean, Willis is a thrower, but they will run the football with him, but he's not as dynamic a runner, but he is a fabulous thrower. He can pass the ball. He knows where to go with the football, and you know, they'll run a lot of screens, but he's very accurate with what he'll do with the football.
Hail the heroes in Senior Day. What do those things mean to you?
Yeah, Senior Day is a big day. There's been a lot of sacrifices out of these football players, their families, all their support systems of putting effort into having a job as a football player here at the University of Pittsburgh. Academically, we know they're going to graduate. We know there's a lot of work to go in to winning football games. But our kids, you know, have earned that day. It'll be an emotional day for everybody involved, for the coaches. You know, you coach these guys for 4 years. You know, it's going to be sad to see some of these guys play their last game in Heinz Field. I know it'll be sad for the parents. We'll have all the parents with us on Friday night at the hotel, kind of having a meeting with them, bringing them in with our football team in the evening. So it'll be a special day. And then hail to heroes. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of heroes besides, you know, football players out there, and you know what the military has done for this country and what it does for us daily is something that we'll never forget either.
Well, you said you don't remember those victories. We'll remind you that the Panthers defeat Virginia, first place in the Coastal Division. Big game coming up, 3:30 this Saturday at Heinz Field against Virginia Tech. Good luck, Coach. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
All right, stick around. We have more coming on Pitt Beyond the Script right after this.